In my last video with the custom 4-year-old computer, we tried to fix it because it was running slowly. And at that time, we didn't really know what was causing the issue. And that is also currently the case. In that video, we made an upgrade to the RAM from 8GB to 16GB, and this did make a difference, but it was not the difference that I was hoping for. After having used the computer for the past few weeks, I've realized that the issue is definitely still there, and that upgrading the RAM alone wasn't enough to solve it. I therefore want to know if it's just the computer getting old and slow, or if it's something else that's causing this issue. In order to find this out, we have to turn to the internet to see if we're able to find something that can help us solve this issue. After having searched through the web on all of the different forums and having watched a ton of YouTube videos, there's definitely a lot of things that can be causing this computer to run slowly. But while researching, there were one particular reason or one particular issue that stood out to me. So let's take a closer look at what that might be. After having read this, I did recall that I had seen this actually be the case on my computer, and I do think that it has been this way for a pretty long time. So let's head over to the computer and back up all of the files that we want on the computer and then perform the reset. I do find it a little weird that a computer which is just 4 years old is going to begin running slowly already. I mean, I get it when it comes to playing like high performance games which are very, demanding, but when doing just normal tasks, searching on the web, doing a little bit of video editing, I do find it a little weird that this is going to cause the computer to just shut down and basically not be able to launch the program or not run it. It does make sense if this is what's causing the issue, but I guess we just have to see and find out after we have done the reset and tested the computer. The default Windows wallpapers gives it away, doesn't it? Well, we have successfully factory reset the computer, and it has more or less been wiped from all existing files. I have not tested the computer yet, but I have done a benchmark which you're going to see in a little bit. I'm now in the process of reinstalling everything that I backed up before resetting the computer, and I'm now going to do a little editing session to see how it performs and try to compare it before the reset of the computer to see if anything has improved, or even worse, if it has gotten slower. But I think that would be very unlikely. I have to mention that it does feel very great to have a clean and more or less empty computer, because now I get the chance to start over again and actually have an organized computer, which is going to be really nice in the future and make the whole video making thing a lot more productive and effective. So let's head over to Davinci Resolve and do a little bit of editing to see how the computer performs. After having edited for a while, I have to admit that the editing experience does feel a lot better. The computer has in no way gotten a lot faster or more powerful, and this would be unreasonable to expect from a computer by just doing a factory reset. Prior to factory resetting the computer, Davinci Resolve would regularly freeze and, just close down, and this impacted the editing experience a lot, since you were always on the edge, wondering if the program would close down and resulting and causing you to lose a lot of progress, and this is definitely frustrating. I do now seem to get a lot less of the not responding prompts, which used to regularly pop up when editing in Davinci Resolve. And as you could see by the benchmarking results, the parts does actually seem to be performing as expected, which is nice to know. Factory resetting my computer isn't really a thing that I've done a lot of in the past, and I guess it's because I never really had a reason to do it. But now that this issue has come up, I definitely see the benefit of doing it. It gives your computer a fresh start, and it gives it the ability to start over and not necessarily be hindered and slowed down by a lot of old files which has probably piled up over the years and can be potentially slowing down your computer. So I'm probably going to do this every now and then, not too often of course, because this would just be unnecessary, but you know, every now and then, so that the computer doesn't pile up with a lot of unnecessary files which I don't need. I do think we ended up finding a somewhat solution to this issue, even though it wasn't a single particular thing causing it. It was the combination of two things, both the computer getting a little older and the components a little slower, and of course the C drive being very full. So I hope this video was educational in some way or another, and that you did enjoy watching it. And I'll see you in the next one.